On January 22, 2015, anti-Zionist Orthodox Jews demonstrated in front of the United Nations headquarters in New York City, while the United Nations General Assembly held an informal meeting on the growth of anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is an important issue. Jews suffered from anti-Semitism, hate towards Jews many generations. Yes, anti-Semitism was around way before the state of Israel. But what is very sad is that in our day and age today, we find that an enormous hatred towards Jews is generated because of all the crimes that Israel is committing against other people in the Palestinian people. It's so painful to see when we have this meeting in the UN, which happens to be a very important meeting, and we are grateful to nations who do stand up and try to alleviate issues, problems related to peoples. But when Israel is coming, raising this point of anti-Semitism, and they are the ones initiating this meeting, this is really terrible, because they are the ones who are not only causing death and destruction to the Palestinian people, they are the ones causing hatred and danger and bloodshed to the Jewish people as well. If we are dealing about anti-Semitism, again, which is an important issue, we should really consider what Israel is doing, how they are treating other people, and how they are endangering Jewish people.
And often when Zionists speak, they try to present the reality as if Muslims and Jews are enemies, permanently enemies.
Not at all. Not at all. Not in the past, and not in the present, and not in the future. Even today, when we do find this terrible mistrust, which is very unfortunate, still we have to remember that this is not a conflict between Jews and Muslims. This is not a religious conflict. Unfortunately, this is a political conflict which is driven by a political movement fighting other people and causing this political conflict, which has nothing to do, the state of Israel does not represent world Jewry as a whole, and certainly does not represent the Jewish religion. We always have to remember the difference between Judaism, a religion, versus Zionism, a political movement. There are the Jewish people following Jewish religion, not out there for politics, and then there are pro-Israelis who support the state of Israel, which unfortunately is a terrible political movement, which again is causing death and destruction to all peoples involved. All this killing and tragedies being committed against the Palestinian people, you don't have to be religious to understand how wrong this is, but it happens to be that according to Jewish religion, the concept of building a sovereign homeland for Jews is wrong. This was wrong from the very beginning. This was opposed by all religious leaders in the very beginning. And unfortunately, while time passed, it just dragged in this situation deeper and deeper into conflict, into anti-religious, it's not only not compliant with Judaism, it's totally contrary to Judaism. It's basically a war against God and against Jewish religion.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No more killing, no more hate. 1, 2, 3, 4. State of Israel no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. No more killing, no more hate.
Here because today the General Assembly called a meeting about the concern about the growth of anti-Semitism. So we, as Jews who practice that religion, have come to express our concern that they're going to somehow ignore the main issue of the cause of exacerbating anti-Semitism, the growth of anti-Semitism, which is the elephant in the room. That is the state of Israel. The Zionist state of Israel is the main cause of the growth of anti-Semitism, simply because they're masquerading in the clothes of Judaism, a facade of supposedly holiness of Judaism, and they are inciting and causing the hate of the Muslim and Arab countries especially, and other countries who are righteous countries. They are standing there and fermenting hate. They are oppressing the people, the Palestinian people, which is directly against my religion, against Judaism. So we're not allowed to steal, we're not allowed to kill. And certainly the Muslim and Arab countries that have provided a home for us, a safe haven, a place to run when we were suffering in under other religions. They provided a home, and instead the Torah requires us to show our gratitude. Instead of gratitude, they vilify these people and say to the world that they do not accept other religions. That is despicable. And of course, we're not condoning violence, but it creates hate. It creates anti-Semitism. And people do not know to differentiate between Judaism and Zionism. And they have the state of Israel that calls itself the Jewish state. Of course there's a growth of anti-Semitism. Remove, God help speedily and peacefully, this impediment to peace. This new state of Israel, it's a mere 60-odd years. It's relatively new in history. We lived in peace as clearly distinguishable as Jews, as another religion amongst the Muslim society, and yet we were respected and protected because this is not a religious conflict. Zionism vilifies these countries and says this is anti-Semitism. What they do is exacerbate the hate, the frustration, the animosity, and the mistrust of the Jewish people. We plead with the world leaders. We are thankful to you for making this General Assembly meeting. We are truly thankful for your concern of us. But if you're truly concerned and want to have the truth and really bring the remedy, let us work at eliminating, God help speedily and peacefully, the true impediment to peace, the existence of this rebellion against God, the state of the Zionist state of Israel. Then Jews can live together with Muslims, with Arabs, with Christians, God help, in speed, in harmony, and then we as Jews will be able to finally be able to express our gratitude to the people of Palestine and to the Muslim countries for being so friendly to us, and we'll be able to once again serve God in peace.